The Dyson V11 vacuum cleaner is a very good cleaner. The Dyson Light Torque head is a very good head. However, it's compromised. And we are gathered here today to discuss this compromise. And there it is. Let me talk you through in more detail what I mean, and you'll see if you agree or not. Yes, hello my vacuum cleaner chums, how are you today? Another video in the V11 series of ones that I'm doing with my V11 Absolute Plus. Now, my home has this flooring all throughout the ground floor. If you're in the UK, you know it as laminate flooring, and you either love it, you hate it, or you understand its purpose. If you're in the US, it is basically engineered hardwood floor. This is a pulpy, man-made mush pressed out into planks, and then this is just a paper covering, basically. It's ever so cheap. You can buy it in you can buy it in department stores. Like you could buy this with your shopping at Tesco, if you went to a big enough Tesco, or our B&Q, our version of Lowe's, etc. It's very simple to use, and it's very popular. We rent our house, and this is basically A1 rental spec flooring. And enter the V11. Now, with this light torque head, put that down a second, you can use it for hardwood flooring. It has nothing in the manual to say you can't. There are no lid strips anywhere, which is a bit odd for one of these. But what you do have is this huge rubber pad at the back. Now, I've had mine for a day, not even 2 days, and you can already see around the edges where it rubs, because it scrapes the floor. This sits just below the level of the base plate, and it's meant to clamp the thing down onto the carpet, and it works really well on that. However, on the hardwood flooring, it's probably going to be the same for any flat flooring. I imagine this is utterly terrible for laminate. For linoleum. We can try that in a minute. But as you push, all you can hear is that rubbery rear bit. That's the front wheels. That's not too bad. It's the whole scrapey bit behind. And when you use it, it gets a bit worse because it pulls the machine down, and you can hear it sort of grabbing at the back. See if you can work it out. It's not to say it doesn't work very well, it still picks up all of the dirt. Perhaps it's better if I stick it in low. Hang on. This is in eco mode. It's all you can hear. And it is slightly annoying. Now, I don't know how long this is going to last, as in whether these are going to wear down quickly. You can see there, look. Actually, I unboxed this Friday lunchtime. Didn't use it really until yesterday. It's now Sunday. Who knows? I mean, the Americans had this header way before us in the UK on the V10. I have watched some videos where they have exactly the same complaints. You can take it off. You undo that screw and that screw, pop those off, and then underneath are four, you can see the screw tabs actually, 4 more Phillips screws, and off it comes. And then it works really, really well on the hard floor, but then it's terrible on carpet, because it doesn't clamp itself down, even with the thing set to max. There is then a gap at the back, because the whole thing, again, that there is indented slightly. So it is a brush roll off compromise, but Becco, you complete idiot. I hear you say, you got a V10 Absolute. You got the fluffy brush. Oh yes, I do have the fluffy brush, and yes, it is very, very nice for hard floors. And again, this is the other slight problem, you see, because obviously this is an occasional use vacuum cleaner. If we come over here, look, we have a big massive rug. And upstairs is carpeting as well. So when, you know, happily vacuuming along, it turns far too sharply for my liking. And if you catch it off guard, it starts to wobble about, but it is a very nice head. No complaints with the head. So you go, oh, just whip over the carpet. Oh, I can't be bothered to change the head. It's not very good, is it? So you have to go, right, I've done the hardwood flooring. Oh, we'll take that off. Then we'll put this on. And the whole way of doing it isn't very good because you've got to sort of hold the machine back with your arm outstretched to line up and put that in there. And then, yeah, off you go. Crack on, beautiful head. Works really well. Then you've got to stick with that. And this head, although it's quite manoeuvrable, it's not as manoeuvrable as the Fluffy, which is very nice indeed. That's partly because of these wheels. This is not a V10 problem of mine. This is a general Dyson problem, way back from when they started doing the ball upright cleaners with the 2 half-moon shells. You're cleaning, you do alright, then you turn just a little bit much off it goes. And these wear as well. These wear really quite badly in use. I have here the head from a quite well used Dyson V10. As you can see, its wheels are pretty terrible. Won't be long for that does it as well. But like I say, this is all my personal feelings about the heads. This is a compromise. They do work quite well though. You put a bit of dirt down and see which is the better head out of these two for cleaning up mess on hardwood flooring. Here we go then. So we have a mixture of the dirt that was already in the machine. We have some sawdust. We have a ground up Weetabix breakfast cereal and some hamster food. Because the hamster food is quite good because it's full of little bitty bits. So we shall start with the high torque head. Now this is not going to be a fair 100% test. You should be using the Fluffy for hard floors. It is designed that way. But obviously, and we're going to do this, we're going to use the high torque head because I can't be bothered to swap the heads around all the time. So let's see, we are in medium, which will be auto with this head, but medium on that head. We are set into the middle of the brush floor on this head. See if anything happens. Now, you know, that tried really, really hard there, and I think the only reason it snow ploughed as much as it did, I'm going to tip it down a little bit, is because that huge chunk of fluff there blocked up the suction port. There is where it wasn't, so that wasn't too bad. Did an alright job. It's still raining out the floor head there. Let's put the Fluffy head on, which will put the machine into medium because obviously this hasn't got a fancy printed circuit board to tell it what to do, and we'll go forwards and backwards again. Ooh. Now, with the volume of dirt that just picked up, you can see, you would have seen it, you'd have seen all of that fling itself forwards as it overwhelmed the brush roll. And I've also got, I found this out actually yesterday. If you do pick up a high volume of dirt, the whole thing backs up into there. Get down. There we go. Look, we're not max yet. We'll pick the rest of this up. So we shall stick with the Fluffy because it proves my point somewhat. And we'll clean the rest of this up. We'll leave it on medium. Wait for it. Oh, it's not. Oh, make the animation for that. There we go. Look, all the airways are blocked. I love showing this off. This is the best thing about this machine. It's very gadgety. I just wish they had a bigger screen or a better screen. We'll let this play and then we'll see where it blocks up. My camera's not focusing on that. So we have amp blockage somewhere. It's not at the machine end. Big old chunk of fluff there. So where has this clogged itself up? That was excessive. I shall admit. Now it's done it. Where I have seen this type of head clog up before. Because it narrows. It's in there, look. There it is. See if we can fish it out a bit. So be very careful because I don't want to rip the inner hose on this. Oh yeah, well that's annoying. There was a piece of sawdust that has scuppered all of that. I shall give it that. There we go, look. Let it be sick. Right, that was my fault. Errant piece of sawdust did go flat and clog the head up. In fact, it's here. Oh. There, look, we'll give it that because yeah, that wasn't great. Right, carry on. Oh, they're still in boost. Go down to medium. Medium's actually perfectly fine on this. I don't think I've used boost. See, there it is again. It's because it's bitty. Even if I go really slowly, it still flings it back around and chucks it out the front. It's very misleading that all of the promotional videos and materials that you see for this head show it picking up powder and stuff. Well, it won't do that, so that's very cheeky on Dyson's car. We'll have to stop at the mud now. We'll have to stop at the mat because I can't use his head. I can't use his head to clean the mat. So yes, and it's also cleaned itself up. There is a little bit on there. Way to fix that is going to be to just run it across here. Go, look at it, all comes off very nicely indeed. So, not great for large volumes of dirt. I think you shall agree. But it is a very nice head to use, I'll be honest. It's a very nice head. I'm not quite sure what this is all about at the back because it isn't driven. It just literally pushes itself along. You've already got that strip there. You've already got that strip there. So this is good, but if there's a high volume, it goes back around the roller and then flings itself back out from the front. Right. Well, since we're here, and it's a nice day, and I know you all like watching this sort of stuff, should we dump the Dyson out onto this rug, which, there we go, and clean it all back up again? Why not? So we shall empty it, and obviously now we can. That is very full. Do not recommend filling it up that much. Although I say because it aerates it. If that was a bad clean, that'd probably really be about that much. So we'll tip it down and show you how this whole bin empty mechanism isn't the best one-shot wonder that everybody claims it to be. And if I can stick my light on, there we go. Look. You'll see it's all caught around there. Now again, that is very excessive. I'm just doing that a couple of times. Does sort it out. It's quite dirty, but this is the quite cool thing about it. You'll see that the whole, turn this light back off again, the whole bin, kicking my own camera, it's quite dusty. As soon as we turn it on, it pulls it all down to there. That is very cool. At this junction, we shall check the filter, which is still actually very clean. Oh, actually, there's a few bits that have started to make it through onto the seal. But that's probably going to happen, I'll be honest. It's not going to... I mean, even if we open it up, which we're not supposed to do, it didn't actually... Oh, it does look. Ooh. So it does still have that flaw. On my first video, I stupidly mentioned it was this that stops it from turning on. It wasn't, it was this. Everybody's biggest bugbear about the whole thing is why does it still turn on with the bin open? And it still does. And look at that. I am not especially fussed about that, I'll be honest. You know me, and I know you. I did that on purpose. Do not pull the trigger, which is very difficult to do when you're holding the soldering thing. You've got to hold it sort of down there, not in the usual position. Do not do that. So we'll have to wash that now, but that's fine. But I'll be honest, I'll tap it off. I'll put it back in and then I'll just vacuum it off with another vacuum cleaner. And that will probably do the job. Because obviously this isn't my only cleaner. And that's probably quite a good thing because it's doing that. Now, we have our high torque head here. What I also have is this Dyson V10 head here. Should we do a little bit of a version? Now this is very loud because this is not completely 100% happy with its life. Bear with me while I get the wand. So it's going to be noisy in a normal V10 head, bear that in mind. We shall stick to medium. So we'll come round to this side. Check on the medium. Yep. In the middle setting, let's go forwards and backwards. Seems to pick everything up on its backwards pass. If we just go forwards over here, you'll see it does leave, and again there's stuff falling out, but I'll be honest, that is pretty flipping great. I am nitpicking completely when I mention about that. It is a very, very good head for the right sort of carpet. As you saw in the unboxing, we need to have a look at the deeper pile a bit more. Right, V10 head, which will stay in medium. We won't go to eco this time. It'll just stay to medium. See what this does. Oh, it's even worse on the forward stroke. But again, does get it all now. Keep a note of the track marks that I'm making, because we shall compare those quickly. Now this head is a little bit worn, so you can see they're so good. Carbon brushes are already starting to go really, really tatty on the thing. So they will do it on mine eventually. Oh. See if we can compare the track marks. There's not a lot in it. They both leave pretty good track marks, don't they? They both fine. There we go. So obviously what this head does is it senses where it is, and that's why it's a bit annoying, but it doesn't work better on the hard floor, because I can be cleanly on here on auto in high, and as soon as we come off it drops down, and that's a really good idea. It reminds me of the Hoover system when it detects the dirt. This detects the drag from the brush holes. It's like actually the SIBO height control. The SIBO height control has a sensor on the brush roll, and it detects the drag of the brush roll through the flooring. And if it gets too much drag, it lifts the head, hence the automatic on a SIBO Auto X7, X4, etc., X1. This does the same. Now, it knows it's on carpet, so it increases. You can do it by lifting it off. It realises it's spinning so fast, it's got to change. That's really good, and I'll be honest, we use it in auto. Have been using it in auto. Boost. Right, that's easy. You can feel it sucking down more, but I can't say I think it's cleaning any better. Brush roll doesn't spin any faster. I think if you have dirt, if you have pets, it might be different. We don't. We have what I would call bitty dirt. You know, the kids had a bread roll on the rug this morning. That sort of dirt. Therefore, auto. You got half an hour left, look. Oh, no, 20 minutes there. I don't think it's fully calibrated. This was charged up before I started this video. Yeah, auto is absolutely fine. Obviously now, because there's still a bit of dirt everywhere else, I now have to walk around with both of these heads and see which is better. I also can't stand it up, which is highly annoying. There will be some movement on that though. So if I arrange those heads there very nicely, we'll tip you up where the Dyson is by the tennis and say, there we go. So it is, sadly, a compromise. They are very good heads on their own. I'll be honest, I do really like them. The high torque head is very good. They have taken the technology from the uprights, or they already had this made when they made the Ball Animal 2, which has, apart from the massive rubby bit on the back, the same sort of system and the same sort of brush roll. So I'm not quite sure what came first there, because obviously Dyson don't develop cording anymore, so that might have been one last hurrah from shared tech. But it is a very good brush roll. But it is a good brush roll. It's also a very good head in general. The fluffy head, very good. I've never had a fluffy before, so I'm probably a little bit behind the trend on this. It is very good as well, but obviously they're good on their own services. You are going to have to, I mean, you can flick the light torque head around quickly, but if you're doing proper cleaning, it's going to get annoying. And on a corded vacuum cleaner, it depends on your frame of mind. If it's your only cleaner, you'll be fine. If it's just a quick rip around job, it will become very annoying. I'm very used to swapping heads. I've run Vorwerk cleaning systems for a month. I've run Kirby's for a month. And I'm a fully paid up supporter of the right tool for the right job. And swapping the tools when you need. But that's from a full-size vacuum cleaner that you're expecting to spend some time with. If you're just pushing this around for 2 minutes while the kids have their tea, while they're having a bath, while they're at school, I'll be honest, the high torque head is just going to get left on. And that's a little bit of a shame, because the fluffy head is so much better. The other thing that I want to answer is the difference between these two heads. Oh, there you are. I'll put my camera up too far. As you can see, hang on, let's do this way because I'm blocking all my light. The brush rolls aren't compatible, I have tried that. And I've been asked this question about 55 times, literally in the last 24 hours. Is it worth upgrading from the V10 to the V11? If you can send your V10 back and get a V11, yes it is. It is. This head is a step up. Apart from that, you're paying for the coolness of the LCD. You're paying for the handiness of the tool holder, which you can buy on Dyson's website. Which you can buy on Dyson's website and fit to your V10. You can fit it to any, and the V8 possibly. Anyone that uses this tool, you can buy that from wherever you can get it from and clip it on. So that's not a deal breaker. No, it is not worth upgrading from a V10 to a V11. And I'll be honest, from the weight point of view, it's probably better. It's probably a good step up from a V6, V7, and V8. But again, they'll pick up the bits fine anyway. That is just down to how much you want one or how much you can justify. Well, I've never had one, so to be honest with me, it's pretty cool. I don't have much of a benchmark. I've used a V10 a fair bit, and as you saw, it grooms exactly the same. There isn't actually anything different about the brush roll. They have the same red bristles, same length red bristles, the same angled... Oh, come on, this one's really hard to turn because the motor's a bit knackered on it. Let's put my light back on. They have the same angled, do it this way, carbon brushes. The only difference is the way the brush rolls mount. And this bit, there isn't much of a difference. Don't go and waste a load of money upgrading a V10. It's not worth it at all. But there we go. My findings, my initial findings on... I'll get rid of that because you're not part of this group. My initial findings on the pluses and minuses of the V11 on general day-to-day houses, not the plush 10,000 square foot empty apartments that you see on the promo materials. If you've only got carpet, you're not going to notice. If you've only got carpet, you then have a horrible choice. You've either got to pay a bit less and get the V11 without the high torque head, which means that you lose the automatic setting and have the older style brush roll, or you get it and never use the fluffy head. Bit of a pain in the bum. Right. Oh, one last thing. Let's try linoleum. No, it's going to be very cramped because this is the size of our kitchen. Let me just spread this about. Oh, so, high torque head, middle, auto, the lot. It's not sucking itself up. That is surprising. Actually, that's not too bad so far. That's all right. Again, though, put it on low. You can hear it. It's very scratchy. And it is that rear part there. In fact, well, it hasn't. I thought that had just split, but there was a bit of fluff. Ignore me. Oh, on with the fluffy head. Same again. Watch it scatter itself under the oven. Oh, hang on. Into medium. There we go. Oh, that's interesting. I'm getting a little bit of agitation. This is agitating the lino. A bit pointless. Yeah. Oh God. Oh. Oh, look at that, so slow. If I go through it, no, whee! Off it scatters. Oh, that's me pulling the oven out. Out here. Oh God, that's scattered loads out the back. This roller must be to stop it scattering out the back, and yet my hallway is now covered in sawdust. One other thing, I quickly want to show you is what I meant about the whole floor head things. If you want to change the floor head, you've got to lift the machine right up here to get to down there. It's not the most intuitive. The other problem, and I'll cover this again when I do the tools, is say, oh, look, it's a cobweb. With your machine full, you've got to tip it back. I mean, bit of a bad example with that because this is quite clumpy now, but yeah. As soon as you tip it back to go and dust somewhere, all the dirt falls down. And it has caught a little bit around the top, here and there, but never mind. It is a very good cleaner. I am still very happy with it. I now need to wash the filter. That's fine. That's going to happen. I'm doing it so you don't have to. Post filter is still, that's my fingers. Post a little bit. It's starting, but it's fine. So that's it. I've already summed up in there. So after this demo, all I shall say is thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.